All right. So you know how everybody always says things are moving so fast these days? Well, today we're going to deep dive into something that feels like it's moving faster than anything else.
Yeah.
AI virtual employees.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this isn't like some sci-fi movie where robots are, taking over the world. It's happening right now, like as we speak.
It really is.
And to really get a handle on what's going on, we've got Vantage with Palki Sharma. They've got some seriously insightful stuff on this. And it really kind of makes you think, are these AI virtual employees, are they actually coming for our jobs?
And that's the big question, isn't it? I mean, because it does seem like that sometimes, right?
Absolutely. And we're going to tackle that head on today.
Yeah.
But before we, get all doom and gloom, let's take a step back and define what we're actually talking about here when we say AI virtual employees. What exactly are these things?
Well, it's funny you mentioned the robot takeover thing, because a lot of people, when they hear AI virtual employees, they immediately think of like, C-3PO or something.
Right, like a robot receptionist.
Exactly, but it's not quite like that. I mean, we're not there yet.
Okay.
What we're talking about are AI agents, which are basically like super sophisticated computer programs. They use artificial intelligence to do the kinds of tasks that humans typically handle.
Okay, so not robots, but like superpowered digital assistants or something.
Yeah, you could think of it that way.
And are companies actually using these things, or is it still like in the experimental phase?
Oh, no. Companies are already jumping on this big time, like McKinsey, for example. They've teamed up with Microsoft to create an AI that handles client inquiries. You can imagine how much time that saves for those consultants.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, scheduling all those meetings and back and forth emails, it's a nightmare.
Exactly. So that's one example. But it's not just limited to scheduling. I mean, these AI agents can do all sorts of things.
Like, what else can they do?
Well, think about like writing code or handling customer service, all those kind of routine tasks that can eat up so much time.
So they're like automating all the boring stuff.
Exactly. And it's not just like small startups doing this either. I mean, OpenAI, they're planning to release their own AI agent. It's called Operator, and it can write code. And then you've got Microsoft with Copilot Studio.
Whoa, wait a minute. AI that can write code? That's pretty impressive.
It is, and it gets even crazier Anthropic. They've got this new AI model that can actually move the mouse and type.
Hold on, move the mouse and type. Are you serious?
Yeah, no, I'm serious. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right?
It does. It's kind of creepy, actually. Like, it's cool, but also a little unsettling.
I know. It's like, where does it end, right?
Exactly. Like, what are the limits here?
Well, I think that's the million-dollar question, and it really brings us to, like, the core of what we're talking about today. What does all this mean for the future of work?
Yeah, I mean, are we all about to be replaced by robots? Is this the robot apocalypse of the workplace?
Well, I mean, McKinsey, they predict that almost a third of all working hours could be automated by 2030.
A third? Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, and that's just 7 years away.
It's right around the corner, basically.
It is, and McKinsey is not the only one making these kinds of projections.
Really? Cool.
Well, the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, they've projected that a staggering 99.1% of all jobs could be affected in some way by AI.
99.1%. That's basically everyone.
It pretty much is.
So are we all doomed? Should we all just start panicking and updating our resumes right now?
Well, hold on. Before you jump out the window, it's important to remember that these AI agents aren't perfect. They're still under development, and like any new technology, they're going to make mistakes.
Okay, so it's not like they're going to come in and flawlessly execute everything overnight.
No, definitely not.
But still, 99.1% is a pretty scary number.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you wonder what jobs will even be left for us humans.
It is a significant shift, no doubt, and it's natural to have some concerns. But maybe instead of looking at AI as a threat, what if we thought of it as an opportunity?
An opportunity?
Yeah, an opportunity to rethink how we work, what skills are really valuable in the future.
Okay, I like that perspective.
Right.
So it's not necessarily about AI replacing us, but more about how we can adapt and work with AI.
That's it. That's the key.
But what does that actually look like? I mean, what skills should we be focusing on in a world where AI is handling so many tasks?
Well, to answer that, I think we need to dig a little deeper into how these AI agents actually work. Like what's the technology behind them? What are the building blocks, so to speak?
Okay, so we're talking about things like machine learning, natural language processing, all that stuff.
Exactly.
I'll admit, I'm not exactly a tech whiz, so maybe you could break it down for me and our listeners.
Sure, no problem. Let's start with machine learning.
Okay.
So basically, machine learning is a way for computers to learn from data without being explicitly programmed. It's like imagine you're teaching a kid to recognize cats in pictures
Okay.
instead of giving them a bunch of rules like cats have pointy ears and whiskers. You just show them a ton of pictures of cats.
Right.
And the kid eventually figures it out, right? Well, machine learning is kind of like that the computer analyzes all this data, finds patterns, and learns to distinguish cats from dogs or whatever.
So like learning by example instead of by definition.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. But how does that apply to these AI virtual employees?
Well, think about an AI agent that's designed to handle customer service emails.
Okay.
It's trained on a massive data set of past emails, so it learns how to interpret different types of inquiries, understand customer sentiment, and craft appropriate responses, and over time it gets better and better at it.
So it's like it's constantly learning and improving.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. What about natural language processing? How does that fit into all this?
Natural language processing, NLP. That's all about enabling computers to understand and process human language.
Yeah.
It's what lets you talk to your smart speaker.
Right.
Or get search results that actually make sense. And yeah, it's also what allows us to interact with AI virtual employees.
Oh. So instead of having to type in commands or code, you can just talk to these AI agents like you would a human.
Exactly. NLP is what makes those interactions feel natural and intuitive.
That's pretty amazing. So these AI agents are basically learning machines, constantly analyzing data and getting better at what they do. But if they're getting so good at all these tasks, what does that mean for us humans? Where do we fit into all of this?
That's the big question, isn't it? And it brings us to another crucial aspect of AI, its limitations. Because while AI has come a long way, it's important to understand what it still can't do. What are the things that require uniquely human capabilities?
Okay, this is where it gets interesting.
It is.
So if AI is so great at learning and adapting, what can't it do? Where do we humans still have the edge?
Well, for all its advances, AI still struggles with certain things that come naturally to humans.
Like what, for example?
Well, think about empathy, for example. AI can analyze data and recognize patterns, but it can't truly understand or share human emotions.
Yeah, you can't really program compassion or intuition, can you?
Exactly. And it's not just empathy. Creativity is another area where humans have a significant advantage. AI can generate outputs based on existing data, but it struggles with true originality, that spark of imagination that leads to groundbreaking ideas.
So we're still the masters of thinking outside the box, coming up with those aha moments that push boundaries.
Yeah.
That's reassuring, at least for now. But with AI evolving so rapidly, do you think it's only a matter of time before it catches up in those areas too?
It's certainly possible that AI will continue to advance and close some of those gaps. But here's the thing. As AI gets better at handling routine tasks, it frees up humans to focus on those higher level skills, those things that make us uniquely human.
So instead of fearing AI, we should see it as an opportunity to level up our own abilities to double down on what we do best.
Exactly. It's like a partnership. AI handles the repetitive tasks, the data crunching, the things that can be automated. And that allows us to focus on things like strategy, creative problem solving, building relationships, the things that require that human touch.
Okay, I'm starting to see this in a new light. Instead of a robot takeover, it's more like a collaboration. Chance for us to work smarter, not harder. But let's get practical for a moment. If someone is listening to this and thinking, okay, this AI stuff is cool, but what does it actually mean for my job? What advice would you give them?
That's a great question, and it's one everyone should be asking themselves. The key is to be proactive, to embrace lifelong learning, and to focus on developing those skills that will be in high demand in an AI-powered world.
So it's not just about acquiring new technical skills, but also about honing those uniquely human qualities we were talking about earlier, right?
Exactly. Things like critical thinking, complex problem solving, creativity, communication, collaboration, emotional intelligence, adaptability. Those are going to be the superpowers of the future.
It's almost like AI is forcing us to become more human, to really lean into those qualities that set us apart. So if we can adapt and evolve alongside AI, maybe this isn't a threat, but an opportunity for growth, both individually and as a society.
I completely agree. The future of work is going to look different. There's no doubt about that. But it's not about humans versus machines. It's about finding ways to leverage the power of AI while harnessing the unique strengths that humans bring to the table.
I love that perspective. It's not about being replaced. It's about redefining our roles and finding those areas where we can excel. But with all these changes happening so rapidly, it can be hard to know where to even begin. What are some concrete steps people can take to prepare for this AI-driven future?
Well, one thing you can do is to stay informed about the latest developments in AI. There are tons of resources available, online podcasts like this one, articles, courses. Immerse yourself in the world of AI, understand how it works, and think critically about its potential impact on your industry.
So knowledge is power, as they say. Don't bury your head in the sand. Stay curious and keep learning. What else?
Another important step is to identify the skills that are most valuable in your field and think about how you can enhance those skills or acquire new ones. Are there online courses you can take, workshops you can attend, networking opportunities you can explore?
It's all about being proactive, taking ownership of your own professional development. Don't wait for someone to tell you what to do. Go out there and seek out those opportunities.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to experiment, to step outside your comfort zone. Try new things, fail fast, learn from your mistakes. That's how you grow and adapt in a rapidly changing world.
I think that's such an important point. The future rewards those who are willing to embrace change, to be flexible and adaptable. But it's not just about individual effort, is it? What about the role of companies and organizations in this transition? What can they do to support their employees and prepare for an AI-powered future?
That's a crucial aspect of this whole conversation. Companies have a huge responsibility to create a culture of learning and development, to provide their employees with the resources and support they need to adapt and thrive in this new environment.
So it's not just about investing in AI technology, it's about investing in their people.
Exactly. And that means providing training programs, mentorship opportunities, creating pathways for employees to learn new skills and transition into new roles. It's about fostering a culture of collaboration where humans and AI work together, seamlessly leveraging each other's strengths.
I love that vision. It's not about one replacing the other. It's about finding that synergy, that sweet spot where humans and AI can complement and enhance each other's capabilities.
Exactly.
So it sounds like the key to navigating this new world of work is to be adaptable, stay curious, and never stop learning. To see AI not as a threat, but as a tool, a partner that can help us unlock our full potential.
Absolutely. And it's exciting to think about the possibilities. Imagine a world where AI handles the mundane tasks, freeing us up to focus on creativity, innovation, and those uniquely human qualities that make us who we are.
It's almost like AI is pushing us to evolve, to become the best versions of ourselves, to really lean into what makes us human.
Exactly. And that brings us back to our original question. Are AI virtual employees coming for your job? Well, the answer is more nuanced than a simple yes or no. Some jobs will inevitably be automated. That's the nature of technological progress. But other jobs will be transformed and new opportunities will emerge.
So instead of asking, is my job going to be replaced? Maybe the better question is, how can I adapt and evolve to thrive in this new landscape?
That's the right mindset. It's not about resisting change, but about embracing it, about seeing the potential and about taking proactive steps to prepare for the future.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground today. We've explored what AI virtual employees are, how they work, their potential impact on the workplace, and most importantly, how we as humans can adapt and thrive in this AI-driven world. As we wrap up, what's the one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
The key takeaway is this. AI is a powerful tool, but it's just that, a tool. The future of work is not predetermined. It's something we're shaping right now, with every choice we make, every skill we develop, every opportunity we embrace. The future is ours to create.
I love that. It's a message of empowerment, a reminder that we're not passive bystanders in this technological revolution, we're active participants. And that's incredibly exciting. So to leave our listeners with a final thought-provoking question, what's one thing they should ask themselves as they navigate this new world of work?
Ask yourself this. What skills will be most valuable in a world where AI is handling the routine tasks? What are the uniquely human qualities that you can bring to the table? And how can you continue to learn, grow, and adapt to stay ahead of the curve? The future of work is evolving, and that's an incredible opportunity for all of us.
It's a future full of challenges, yes, but also full of possibilities. And we'll be here to explore those possibilities together, one deep dive at a time.